and Fernando is pulling the wire from outside through the garage attic. So now Fernando has already drilled his access hole, and what he's going to do is he's going to come over here. He's going to tap into the side of the box, and then he's already laying out his wire, and he's going to pull it back into the attic area. Looks like he's working for the city here. He's wiring the whole street. So now he's feeding the wire up into the garage. So now we've gone through the garage. Now Fernando is trying to get it through the access way into the other house. It's really tight in here. So now Fernando has run the wire through the attic, over the top of the house, and out this access hole. And then we're going to come through these holes here, and then go across and into these holes, across here and out to the outside of the house. So now he's going to thread that through the hole he just made and pull that through. Now he's pulling through the 14-2 wire for my office. So now that both these wires are through the top plate, he's going to run one wire all the way out, which will be going through the wall for the AC, and that's the black wire. Now, as always, he's going to tack the wires against the 2x4. That's to secure it so it doesn't move. So now Fernando's passing the power wire for the air conditioner through the studs. It's a virtual rat's nest of wire. So here's the path for the power wire for the air conditioning system. It's going to come across here, and then it's just going to be exited outside, and it's going to be terminated out there. So now Fernando is going to be opening up this wall, and he's going to be putting in a disconnect box for the air conditioner outside. Fernando drilled a hole through the wall. It goes through to the outside, and he ran the black wire to there. And now what he's going to do is install a disconnect box on the outside. Okay, so now Fernando is going to be installing the disconnect box, and we're here inside the shrubs at my house, so the disconnect box will be hidden, and so will the air conditioner compressor. So now he just punched out the back of the box to put the wire through. Now he could have gotten by probably with 10-2, but he wanted to use 8-2 for safety reasons. Okay, so now he's going to caulk the back of the box so it sits really tight against the stucco and no water weeps back in. He threaded the wire through. Now he'll line up the holes with the wall anchors. Okay, so now he's screwed the box onto the wall with 2 screws. Okay, so now he's going to be stripping the wire.
Yeah.
Now he's setting his ground. Okay, now he's going to be attaching his hot wire, which is the black, for those of you who don't know. And when you're dealing with high voltage like this, which is 220, this is not something you should really do by yourself. This is something that you should have an electrician do, because dealing with 220 is very, very dangerous. Right, Fernando?
Yes.
And now he's going to trim his neutral wire.
No, it's other power.
Oh, that's the second power?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 2 powers and a ground. Okay. My mistake, see? That's why I shouldn't be doing 220 stuff. So here it is all wired up. It's not finished yet. We still have to put in the disconnect, and we have to put the pigtail on for the actual air conditioner compressor. Fernando was just telling me most people will paint or pen the white wire so they know that there's 2 hots. Or they'll put black tape around it, so then that way they know there's 2 hot wires in here as opposed to a hot wire and a neutral. That way you don't grab it and electrocute yourself. Okay, now Fernando's caulking around the box. Remember, he put caulking behind, and now he's going to caulk around the box. And now he'll do the other side too. And now he's going to do art. See, he's going to make it really neat. Because Fernando, at heart, is really an artist. But actually, he's an electronic artist, right? An electrical artist. Perfecto.
Perfecto, that's all.
So Fernando right now is hooking up the pigtail for the air conditioner. And this line right here will end up going into the side of the AC unit that sits outside. This right here is called the disconnect box, by the way. So now he's putting on the watertight connector.
Because it's 220.
Yes. This is the watertight connector. It screws into the piece of flexible conduit, and then it will screw onto the side of the outdoor air conditioner condensator. Now he's marked both of them black because there's 2 hot sides on that. There's no neutral. It's a ground and 2 hots. So now he's inserting the ground. That way's off. Okay. Okay, so the disconnect box is now in place, and we can hook up our condensator outside. So Fernando brought two lines through here. One, right now, the one that he's pulling, is going to be for the GFI box, which is going to be down here. The other line that he pulled is going to be for this box right here, which will be lights, fans, and just this room. This is the main power input for like my entire office. And as always, we're going to tack everything in. So now Fernando's just drilling the holes for this right here, and there's going to be a box going in there for the ceiling fan. So now Fernando is rolling out all of his wire, and he's going to be installing the wire for this fan here, which is the one in my office, and that has to come all the way across the ceiling, across the trusses. It's got to come out of this hole, back into this wall, and then come across here and end up at that switch box on the other end of my office. Okay, so now he's going to fish tape from here in my office, and that's going to come across over here, and it's going to come out to this hole. Okay, so now you can see he's taping the 14-3 wire. 14-3, right?
Yes.
So the reason he's using 14-3 instead of 14-2 is so that if we ever want to put a second control on there, one for the fan blades and one for the light, you can do that with 14-3, where you can't do that with 14-2. So now Fernando's going to come up here and he's going to reach his hand in the hole. He's going to look for the fish tape. Yep, sounds like he's got it. And there it is. There's the end of the wire. And as you can see, it's coming off that spool right there. So now he's going to loop this piece of wire back through this hole. And as you can see, he's pulling it from here. Now he's got to thread it through here, thread it through this hole, okay, he's going to thread it through that existing hole. Now he's going to make the turn. And come up in the bottom of that box. So now he's putting that into the box and it's terminating right here, and that's where the fan switch is going to be. And now what he's going to do is put a nail there to tack it, like always. And we're finished. So this is how a fan hole starts out before Fernando puts his brace in. Now Fernando is expanding the brace, which he's going to put through that hole in the ceiling. Now he's going to insert the brace between the two ceiling joists. And he'll center it over that hole. So now he's got the hanger in the right position and he's tightening it up. Now, because of the angle that we're on, it looks like the bar isn't centered over the hole, but in all actuality it is. And now there's a clamp that goes over the bar, and that's what Fernando's putting on there right now. Now, as you can see, that clamp has two screws that hang down, and then the box goes over those two screws that are hanging down. But first, Fernando's going to run the wire through the bottom of the box. Now he's going to insert the box over those two screws that are hanging down. So now he's going to put the nylock bolt over that screw. Now he's putting on the second nylock. Now he's locked there into the ceiling brace. Now he's just going to strip the wire back and fold it back up into the box. Now he's attaching the ground. So the holes that Fernando is drilling right now are for the lights that will be going on or up in the hallway. So now Fernando made a hole above this switch. Now there used to be this kick light here, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring this second switch that's right here out into the hallway somewhere down the line over here, so that now when you go into the hall up here, you have a switch as you're going down the hall. So we made a little bit of a change here. We've decided we're going to put a 6-inch light here in the back hallway. Initially, we used to use this little kick light right here, which is kind of old-fashioned. But what we're going to do is we're going to put a new LED light in right here. So as you can see, there's the duct is right above it. So we're going to be using a flat LED light to put into place here. So this is the switch. That's going to be the new hallway switch. And Fernando's going to connect to that and go down the hall. Right now he's threading the wire back towards the other hall lights, because we're going to be putting 2 in right here. And we're going to connect it up with that single light that I just showed you in the back. This is the new power cable for the new light that's going to be on the ceiling. And now Fernando is tying in the last service loop for the other light that's going to be here in the hallway. He leaves these loops so then that way when they put up the drywall, all he has to do is cut that loop and loop the other light through it. Now this is going to come down and go into this switch box right here, and this will be the new hallway light extended switch.